All right, I'll be there in a minute.
All right. Hold on. Okay, guys, we'll go ahead and get started. So thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight and just for taking time out, really. And this kind of crazy night, I feel like, for all of us with the time change and everything. So I appreciate you just logging in and learning more about Plexus and learning more about what these products are and really why they are special to so many people. And my name is Emily Reynolds, and I am a senior gold ambassador with Plexus. And basically what I'm going to do is just kind of give you a rundown of what you can expect tonight, and then we'll go from there. So I'll tell you a little bit of my story, and then we're going to hear testimonies from a few different people. And people always take, I think, a lot away from those testimonies. And then we're also going to go over the products, what they do, not all of them, but mainly our main products. And then we'll talk a little bit about purchasing and then a tad on the business opportunity. So overall, it's going to take about 30 minutes. We're going to try and move from topic to topic, keep it fast-paced and interesting. So again, thank you so much for joining us. And so, like I said, my name is Emily Reynolds, and my story with Plexus started about 2 years ago. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I've got 4 kids. They're ages 9, 7, 6, and 13 months. And I always tell people, I said, I was not on board at first. This was something that my husband was interested in way before I was. And basically there were 2 reasons that I wasn't interested in Plexus. Number one, I knew that it was like a health and wellness company, and I was healthy. So I didn't really feel that I personally needed any extra products. And then the second reason was because it was network marketing, and I had been involved in a business before. And so just kind of coming from that perspective, it was just something that I was not interested in at all. So people ask then, what is it that changed my mind? And honestly, what changed my mind was I got a 3-day sample. And when I got that, I took it to be nice. A girl named Kristen Abart introduced me to the products. And so I took it thinking I was actually being nice to her, but I was blown away by the amount of energy that I felt. And I noticed that for the first time in a really long time, I wasn't just running to the pantry wanting to eat once I put my kids to bed. And when I say eat, like just lots of sugar, my sugar cravings. And so so I was sold. I was completely in based upon that. And so I decided to just jump in with Plexus and do that. And I do like to touch a little bit on my second half of my story that happened since I started taking the products. And so 4 months into it, we got pregnant with our 4th child. It was a big surprise. And just, doctors said Plexus was okay to take, pharmacists, everyone. But I personally chose not to take it while I was pregnant. Had a good pregnancy, a great delivery. And 4 months after he was born, I woke up one day and everything was absolutely just spinning out of control. After months and months of trying to figure out what was going on, I'd had brain scans, blood work, you name it. I could not figure out why I felt the way that I did. I constantly felt like I was on a boat. I was diagnosed with something called Malday Department syndrome, and but the problem was that there's no cure. And so through my own research and just saying I can't, like the idea of that there being no cure, I cannot live like this forever. I got back on the Plexus products, stopped nursing, got back on the products, and it took about 3 months, but my body finally started to balance. And I went from literally struggling every single day to finally feeling like a normal human being. And so I am so thankful for these products and what they've done to help bring balance to my body. And so I just am very excited to share that with everyone. I might be like the crazy Plexus person, but I don't care, because when you have felt a sense of feeling kind of hopeless and not knowing what you're going to do when it comes to your health, and I had never been that person. Now when you see that, it's something that you want to share, and I've just seen it over and over and over again. So I am so excited to let y'all hear some other stories from people that I know and that I just met throughout the past couple of years from doing this. And so I'm going to go ahead, Lauren, let me unmute you. Okay, Lauren. And so Lauren's going to share her story with Plexus. So you can go ahead.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Lauren McMullen. My Plexus story starts in November of 2011. No, 2014. I'm sorry. I was 22 weeks pregnant with baby number 4. My kids are ages 5, 4, 3, and almost 11 months. And I noticed immediately when I started the triplex, approved by my doctor, I noticed that I was sleeping so much better, and I was waking up more energized. For a while, it was hard for me to drag myself out of bed in the mornings, but especially with the other pregnancies. But I just noticed so much more energy during the day and then sleeping better at night. And so I started X Factor and immediately noticed my hair was growing so fast and it was so much shinier and my nails were growing so fast. I was just thrilled about all of it. No pregnancy hormones, no mood swings. Everything was just going great. Cut to labor, delivery, and recovery. It was just worlds different than my first pregnancy. So that was really exciting for everyone. And then I introduced my husband to him, and he lost 17 pounds in the first couple of months. And then he went from drinking about a 12-pack of Coke Zeros a day down to a couple in a really short period of time. So that was really exciting. And so we just try to share it with as many people as we can. And just the health benefits for us have just been immeasurable. So we are absolutely thrilled.
So thank you so much, Lauren. I love hearing that. And I always tell people that are addicted to Cokes and stuff, your husband's story.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
Great.
And so, all right, Amy, let me unmute you here. All right, Amy, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So Amy is in Pell City, Alabama. And go ahead, Amy, and you can share your story with us.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I am new, very new to the Plexus family, but Elena introduced it to me through a lot of testimonials that she was sharing. I had been dealing with a lot of chronic pain from diabetic use and from antibiotic use and steroids from pneumonia, and also had a bad ankle injury and had gotten to the point where I was facing some tendon tears and things like that. And I work at a summer camp, so I'm pretty active, and that pain was beginning to become joint stiffness and sciatic nerve pain. It was throwing my whole body completely out of line because of the bad ankle. And so I just was overall feeling bad all of the time. And so watching some of Elena's posts every day, one that I noticed and was pretty intrigued by was the yeast overgrowth and the symptoms that were there. And I had read a lot about it, but what I had never seen was something affordable that could actually kill the yeast and flush it out of your system. And I just had a sneaking suspicion that that might be what I was dealing with, especially after having a recent round of Levaquin and some pretty high-powered steroids from a real bad sinus infection. And so I contacted her and just began to ask a lot of questions and pray over it. And every way I turned for about a month, it seemed that was the direction that the Lord was leading me into. And so I ordered Triplex, and the week that I got it, my mom fell and broke her hip. And so it was a pretty stressful week to go through that. But I pressed forward and started the process of taking it. The first night I took it, or first day I took it, was the night she fell and broke her hip. So we didn't get home until about 2 a.m. And even though it was that late, I still had to get up and go back to the hospital and go to work the next day too. And I slept quality sleep for 4 hours, about 4 hours. And I really was kind of amazed by that. And shortly following that, I began to notice that my eating changed. I went from craving big, thick steaks and mashed potatoes and all that stuff to a small portion of seafood and a very light salad. And I didn't try to do that. It just kind of happened. And as the weeks went by, I'm 5 weeks into it, my pain is just about completely gone. The stiffness is just a rare occurrence. Not to the point of wearing heels again, but I hope to be able to sometime. But the sciatic nerve pain is completely healed, and I never thought that would happen, ever. I was to the point of really just deciding that I was going to have pain the rest of my life. So, but the perks of it, the better sleep, everything that it promises to do, it has delivered. And I did go into the business because I'm cheap. I wanted to buy the products wholesale, and if anybody wanted to buy them, I wanted to sell them. So that's how I did it. But I'm grateful. I'm thankful to be a part of it. And the business is growing very, very slowly. But over the weekend, my husband said, "When are you going to order it for me?" Which is a pretty good indicator that he sees it's working too. So lost a little weight. But my energy level and my pain level is just out the door better. So there you go.
Yes, thank you, Amy. And it's those stories that I love. I mean, weight loss is awesome, but when just meeting you, like I got to a couple weeks ago, and just hearing stories really where someone felt like they were going to feel like this for forever, and seeing how balancing blood sugar and really healing your gut can do so much. It's crazy. So I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. All right, so I'm going to go to Miranda. Okay, you're unmuted there. And Miranda is going to just do a real quick run through of really our 4 main products that Plexus has to offer. So go ahead, Miranda.
Hey everybody, thank y'all for being on the call. I'm Miranda Culpepper, almost a gold ambassador, should go gold this month. Super excited about that. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our 4 main products. Our first one is Slim. It comes in a little packet like this. You mix it up in some water and take it once a day. You can do it before breakfast or before lunch. And what it does is it helps balance your blood sugar. It was originally created for type 2 diabetics to do just that. And not only is it important for diabetics to balance their blood sugar, but really for all of us so that we don't have those highs and lows all throughout the day. So it, excuse me, it also helps burn fat and not muscle. It helps keep healthy cholesterol and triglyceride levels, helps with energy, decreases your appetite. So it's all around just a great little product called our pink drink. So you've probably heard about that. The next 2 products I'm going to talk about are our gut health products. And the first one is our ProBio 5. It's an amazing probiotic that has 5 beneficial bacteria, enzymes, and an antifungal. And the reason those are so important is because those enzymes help break down the outer wall of a yeast that can grow in your gut. And if you Google gut health and yeast overgrowth, you're going to come up with tons and tons of symptoms that an unhealthy gut can cause. Anywhere from migraines to IBS to constipation, irritable bowel. There's just a whole entire list. Any of the ambassadors that invited you to this call can send you kind of a quick list to kind of run through. So we've got the ProBio 5 that is putting in healthy bacteria and killing off the bad. And then we have our BioCleanse, which I'll probably never live without. It's wonderful for helping keep your gut clear, helping get rid of all the stuff that the Probio 5 is killing off. It also oxygenates your body and has magnesium, which is most Americans are deficient in magnesium. So I kind of look at it this way. You have the Probio 5, this kind of like your trash can at home. You're putting all this junk that you have from your body into the trash can, but then you need the BioCleanse to kind of help clean it out. So you're taking it out to the dumpster. It's kind of the way I look at it. So it's a great combination for your overall gut health. And so they work great together. The next one I'm going to talk about is X Factor. It's our supercharged multivitamin. And what makes it so different from other multivitamins is it has aloe in it, and it helps your body absorb about 300% more vitamins and minerals. Because of that aloe, I mean, if you kind of think about it, as other vitamins that I've had in the past, I knew I wasn't absorbing them, and I can tell such a difference with my energy level with this multivitamin. It also has antioxidants in it as well. So those 4 are kind of what we call our Fab 4, and it's the triplex combo: the Slim, the Probio 5, and the BioCleanse, and then the X Factor. We also have some other products. So if you're looking for pain, easing of pain, boosting your metabolism to help speed up weight loss, any of those other kind of things, you can talk to the ambassador that invited you on the call, and they can go into more detail about what other products we have to offer.
All right. Thanks so much, Miranda.
You're welcome.
And hold on, let me try and mute here and there so keep up with all that. Okay, so yeah, so those, like she said, that's just kind of our main products, but we do have several more. And again, whoever invited you can just go into a little bit more detail as far as what products might be right for you. All right, so next I'm going to go to Emily and Clay, and they're going to share, I don't know if they or maybe just Clay is going to share his story with Plexus and just kind of why they got started with this. And actually, I'm really excited to hear because Clay was more interested in Plexus than Emily ever was. Right. But so maybe he talked her into it. But all right, go ahead, Clay.
All right. Hey, y'all. So yeah, it started with me and Emily both being interested in it. I was actually the first person. As I was following Emily's different posts about really things that caught my eyes. I'm a physical therapist, and so I treat a lot of people with pain, very similar kind of like what Amy was talking about earlier. And I just started hearing stories about that, or reading stories about that with the Facebook posts, and I was fascinated by that because there was one after the other, and so I couldn't really deny what people's experiences were, and it really challenged me on how I think through the body and the effects of pain and how it can affect multiple systems. So that really got me interested. And somewhere along the way, Emily started looking into a little bit more and reached back out to Emily Reynolds. And she decided to, my Emily wife, she decided to go ahead and join it herself. She was really interested in kind of the business side of things and how we could use it to help pay for things. In particular, we were looking for is for like piano lessons for our kids and just some little extra spending money. So she joined it, and I decided to go ahead, of course, and join at the same time. And then my personal story, and I honestly wasn't looking for anything in particular. I had some fatigue at the end, during the middle of the day. I would come home, I would crash and fall asleep. And so I figured, okay, I'll try this and see what happens.
Let me interrupt him and be more specific. If he was home, like on a weekend specifically, like at about 4 or 5 o'clock, he would crash on the couch and be dead to the world. I mean, for years, like he would just fall out and be,
4 or 5 o'clock is my time.
Dead. And it was really not fun for me.
It wasn't. And so I started off with the drink, the pink drink, and noticed within the first week that my energy levels immediately were better. I remember coming home at like 5:30 and I was awake, and I think I was reading and I didn't fall asleep, and that shocked me because I had always fallen asleep with that kind of thing. And then then had some other symptoms, and I wrote it down. Was there were several things that I didn't really think about until after I started taking the drink, and then pretty quickly I got on the ProBio and the BioCleanse. But I had sleeplessness at night. I'd kind of wake up a few times at night and didn't think much about it. But once I started taking these products, I was sleeping through the night consistently. I lost 10 pounds, which I wasn't expecting, but that was great. And one of the things that I love the most, we were getting a life insurance policy, and my blood pressure was getting high. It was in the 130s over 92. And after taking this, and I lost 10 pounds, my blood pressure normalized, my heart rate came down, and it saved us literally a few $1,000s on our life insurance policy, which I was very excited about, because it brought me down from a certain risk category to a healthy category. So I love that. But then the best thing for me was I've had chronic allergy problems for my entire life. I've had allergy shots. I've taken Claritin D out the wazoo, and really no changes at all. And once I started taking the BioCleanse and ProBio, my allergy stuff just completely went away. I mean, every morning I would be treating patients, crying over them because my eyes would water up. And I always had these allergy problems. I just didn't think much about it. And once I started taking it, they went away. And that for me has been the best thing. I've been working outside. I've mowed the yard, all these things that I thought were seasonal allergies that just went away.
It's been a year.
Yeah. And I've had a few times we went out of town, I didn't take it, and I started getting some of my symptoms back. I got back on the ProBio and BioCleanse, and again, it went away. And that for me has been I've been so thrilled about that. And then, of course, with the business side of things for Emily, she's done really well with it. And we've been able to pay for vacation. We've paid for a computer. We've just been able to pay for things that have just been great. The extra things for the kids. So I've been absolutely thrilled. And then as I've continued to learn more about it, I'm looking more into the chronic pain side of things. I'm really interested in learning more about that as I read people's experiences and just linking to the science behind it. So that's kind of my story.
So thank you again. Again, another one where it's not really about the weight loss, and there's just so much more to Plexus. And again, just what happens when we bring balance and healing to our bodies. So thanks, Clay.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to touch really shortly. You've heard about these products, and if you're joining us and you're wondering maybe the different ways to purchase, so I'm quickly going to touch on that, and then we'll end with Alana, who's going to share a little bit of her story. And so there are 3 different ways that you can purchase these products. So the first way is a retail purchase. So what that means is you simply go in to the website of whoever invited you, and it's a one-time order. You do have a 60-day money-back guarantee, but again, you're just ordering it one time, and those products come straight to you. The second way that you can order is by becoming a preferred customer, and this is such a great option for several reasons, but one, like with the retail, you get the 60-day money-back guarantee. You also are going to save, like when you become a preferred customer, between $5 to $20 a product, just depending on what it is that you order. And then on your 4th month, the 4th time that you order, your price drops another 10%. So becoming a preferred customer, I just see it as just a really no-brainer, really, because you're going to save the money. And yeah, so that's what a preferred customer is. And let's see. Oh, with a preferred customer, you'll have your login, you've got a username, password, so you can go into your account and you can change it, change what products you order, change the date that it ships. So all of that is what you get as a preferred customer. And then the last option that you have is joining. And I love telling people about this option, again, because it's just another way for you to save money. So what does joining mean? So with that means you pay $34.95. With the $34.95, now you have access to 2 things. You have access to wholesale pricing, and now you have your own website. So instead of ordering from someone else, you now order from yourself. And anything that you spend over $100, you now make between 15 to 25% back on your own products, which I really don't know of another company that lets you make money off of your own purchase. And so that's what you get when you join. Let me look over here and see. And what I love to share with people is if you've listened tonight, and we covered pain, we covered allergies, weight loss. And so if you're thinking, yeah, I know several people that could benefit, wholesale might be a really great option for you, because 3 people on the triplex, that pays for your products right there. So I just think joining is such, it's financially beneficial, and who knows where it will take you. When I decided to join 2 years ago, we just thought, well, we'll share with our family, and then it just kind of grew from there as they started to like it, and it's just become really a huge blessing in the fact, Emily talked about paying for stuff for her kids, and just us being able to provide just a significant, I feel like I'm able to kind of walk alongside my husband and bringing in a significant income each month. And so for that, I'm really, really thankful. And I did want to point out, I was talking to someone earlier today, and I was thinking, as someone who really was not interested in the business side of things, I do want to just kind of throw this at you and just have you think about it. If, you think network marketing or multi-level kind of let me just kind of give you a few things maybe to think about as to why Plexus is different. So number 1, like we said, no big buy-in, $34.95, that's it. 2, no inventory. I keep my products only for me and for the kids and for my husband. I am not forced by Plexus to keep anything in my house that I don't want to keep. Number 3, no monthly fees, 0, nothing. 4, no deliveries. I am not driving around with Plexus in my car trying to deliver it all over town. So that's not taking up a ton of my time. And the last thing is no commitment. I am not required by Plexus to stay in this business for a certain amount of time, and then I'm going to be penalized if I decide that I don't want to do it. And that was huge for me, because I honestly think if that one wasn't in there, I never would have done this company, because I just didn't want to take another risk. And so so that was huge. And then a few things. So why has it been so successful? Number 1, because our products literally change lives. I see it all the time. And another reason is because our compensation plan, and you get with whoever brought you, our compensation plan is unbelievable. And then really the last reason is when I look around at all the different lives that are being changed, I'm like, as far as being able to reach people, I mean, everybody can use what Plexus has to offer. And so so that's why I think it's been such a beneficial business as a whole. So I just wanted to give you something to think about as far as why this company really is different than a lot of other companies out there. All right, so I'm going to close here with Elena. She's just going to share a couple minutes of her story, and then we're going to be done. So hold on, Elena. All right.
All right. Try not to yawn my way through this. But I started the products after seeing posts by a lady named Jessica. And the one that mainly caught my eye was a lot of it had to do with energy. I have a very kind of crazy work schedule. I teach fitness classes, so I'm up at 5 a.m. and then my last class is at 6 p.m. And so I'm going all day, and then I have to be physical in my job. So a lot of times I'm just really tired. And then I also take some medicine that one of the side effects is tiredness and sleepiness. So I was finding myself taking like 2 and 3 hour naps, like in between my classes, and not getting anything done at home. And then I was also having some stomach issues that I just didn't think was normal. So those were two of the main reasons I started taking the products. And I really didn't think twice about doing anything besides the wholesale, because to me, like I said, it just made sense to do it that way. Mainly because, like Emily said, there's not a lot of risk involved with the business side of it. So I just took a leap of faith and went ahead and did that. And my goal was to hopefully make enough to pay for my products. And then if I earned a little bit extra money, that was going to be a bonus. So, and it's kind of just blown me away with how well it's gone. But yes, I've never had a backup order ship. I always have to end up going in and placing my order because I don't know why I don't set it to unconditional, but I don't. And the main reason is because I'm always wanting to try new products, and that way I can explain products. It helps me to take them. So I started out with a triplex, quickly added X Factor and love X Factor. And then I also use the 96, is that what's called, the shakes. And so I like that because I can just take one of those in between classes and have a little bit more energy, and if I can't always grab a meal. So, but as far as the business side of it, I did take my products for about 30 days, and then I started sharing on Facebook some posts, and it didn't really take long at all for people to start asking me lots of questions. And a lot of times I didn't get any likes on my posts, but that was fine. It didn't really bother me too much because I was getting tons of messages where people would just stop and talk to me and ask me, hey, what's that stuff that you're posting about on Facebook? And so a lot of times it was just easy to share because, one, I was taking the products and I was being consistent about taking the products, so I could explain to them how I was feeling as far as the energy and not having the stomach issues that I was having. So I shared that, and then I actually had lost some weight, which I'm thinking I might actually have to back off the ProBio too, because I'm taking 2 and I'm like, man, the weight is like, it's just falling off. So I'm like, I think I need to go back to 1. But anyway, so yeah, but as far as the business side, I would say my main thing is I just was very confident in what I was sharing. I was consistent about sharing, and just plugging in with Emily and Miranda and having events. Having events has really helped me grow my business as well, because people like to come. They like to get their hands on the product, see it, taste it, and learn more about it. So I would just suggest that if you're trying to grow your business, to do that, to have immediately set a time to have a either sip and see or launch party, whatever you want to call it, and then also do these Zoom calls and learn more about the business. But the main thing I would just say is be consistent, and not only taking the products but also sharing the products, and just be very confident and believe in what you're sharing. And it's good stuff. It's not like, I always kind of tease and say, it's not like we're selling crack. It's good stuff. So, and as far as the business side of it, I'm silver right now, but hoping to be gold very, very soon. So, and I'm just very, very grateful for everything that Plexus is doing for me. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Elena. And so hopefully this answered questions that you may have, and maybe you hopped on to learn a bit more about our products. And so again, please get with whoever invited you tonight, and I'm sure that they can definitely answer more questions that you have. So thank you so much for joining us, and everyone have a great night. Bye.